It's Cal Forever here. Spiritual journal flow. Man, I did a journal flow last night and I just deleted it, and I did one this morning. I deleted that one. I didn't upload them because I was just trying to talk about stress and this connection that I have with my twin flame. And I am doubting this connection sometimes, but it seems like it's inching closer and closer to, like, you know what? Every time I close my eye, there's like all this evidence that this person's my twin flame. And it's just a period of no communication, and she has very valid reasons, I guess, why she won't communicate. It's hard to explain this because I don't... Man, the recordings I made were like talking about stress. I realized like I'm gaining weight, and I think that's related to the stress that this person is going through. And then I'm like looking at some of her posts, and it's like she doesn't look very stressful, but it's like anything on Instagram or Facebook, it's like it's just a facade, you know. She could be super stressed out, and I don't know why this is affecting me so much. You know, this morning I was just stressed. Like, I couldn't think, I couldn't relax, and like at the same time I felt very relaxed because I'm like in samadhi. I've been in samadhi for 4 years, and it's about going deeper with samadhi, and there's different levels of it, but I've been in this like blissful energy for 4 years. Even when there's a lot of pain, it's like I still feel this samadhi energy. And it feels like there's been a lot of pain and fear, and it doesn't seem very related to me. It seems to be very much related to her. And I think maybe some of it's related to ancestral or just ascension symptoms. Like today, let me see if I can find a spot to... There we go. I was like driving, and it's like my thumbs were like stuck like this. And I'm like trying to, and I'm holding my steering wheel with my left hand, and I'm like I couldn't even like lift, and my arms and hands were so, it felt like there were magnets. It felt like there were magnets on the tip of my thumb and around my hand. It felt like this magnetic, tingly energy. And when I really think of it, it's not really unpleasant, but there's a lot of anxiety and fear coming up, and just like shifting, like from like no longer being in this state of consciousness and being in something completely new. And it was like overwhelming, and I'm trying to drive, and it sucks. And I'm thinking, like, is this the reason why this person won't communicate with me, and why she just chooses to communicate with me telepathically? And I've said this before in a video where it's like, it's not verbal, it's a thought, it's thoughts. And I'm tuned into her energetic signature, and she paints a lot, and I see the rings of her painting book in her journal, and she like thinks so much. It's like there's a lot of monkey mind that's associated with it, but it's like a lot of intellectual, just go get it. She's an Aries, and I'm feeling this energy, and it's like, chill out, you know. I like being high energy and stuff, but it's like, chill out, relax. Like, this energy is intense. We need to love ourselves. We need to go out in nature. And it's like, it's like a kid in a candy shop. It's like you get all this energy, and then you're inspired with all this creativity, and it's like, oh, it's going to disappear. I got to eat all the candy now. And definitely it's like there is a time to like really enjoy. There's a time to really like it's important to embrace what's in your life right now. And that's something that's been hard for me, because there's a lot of good opportunities in my life. Like, I missed like this flute group that I wanted to go to. I wanted to go to this flute group, and I was like so burnt out from energies and needing to just meditate or spend time by myself that I couldn't go to this flute group that my friend really wanted me to go to. And it's like, it sucks. And I wanted to go to this paint class with my roommate the other night, and it's like, I'm just so caught up in all of this shit and all this energy, and like, I feel like all these blocks keeping me from doing this, but it's all this energy, and it's always related to this person, because I feel this cord. It's like on my heart and my throat and my solar plexus on my side, and it's just like, and then it's like, it feels like she's in my body. And I almost wonder if she was doing a meditation in a mudra, and it's like, that's why it was like that. It's like, there needs to be a level of boundaries and respect when it comes to twin flames, because I'm like driving, and it's like, this hits me out of nowhere, and it's like, oh, like, you know, she goes to college. What if she was in class and all of a sudden one of these energies hit her? You know? And that's what I was thinking of earlier, like, what's the resolution going to be like in this situation? You know, because it's kind of out of our control. You know, you just surrender it over to Mother Mary and Jesus. It seems to be the ascended masters that are working with us right now. And it's like, what is the kicker that's going to get her to move forward? Like, what's the door slamming shut, you know, going to be like? For me, 4 years ago, every time I tried to go out my door to go to work, I would just get dizzy, and I finally said no to that lifestyle that was killing me and stressing me out. I said no to it, and I laid in bed, and for about an hour I just sat there in this golden light tunnel and just feeling this energy. And it was kind of the first time that I really felt the energy like that, and it was very liberating. Even though it kind of felt uncomfortable at too, because it's like, whoa, what is this energy? There's a little anxiety to it, but it wasn't very bad. It felt very loving. And, you know, I even had this point where it's like, I thought everyone was dead. We're all dead, and we're all like needing to get out of purgatory or something. And it was like, saw zeros everywhere. I'm like, oh God, we're in the void. That was my experience, and I was about her age that she is now when I went through this experience. So it's like, it's different for each person. Is she going to go through an experience like this? You know, I don't really want her to experience the pain that I had to go through. But it's like, after that moment where I surrendered, I know that I made this connection with her, where I'd always been connected with her, but for some reason there's a connection that was made that was very solid 4 years ago. And I entered samadhi in that moment, where it was like I psychologically died inside myself, and I experienced nirvana, which is just I experienced transcendent peace. And then like, I'm sitting there like shaking and whatever, and then this moment of just peace and stillness in nirvana. And then I turn on my YouTube, and it's this Blue Oyster Cult song called Veteran of 1,000 Psychic Wars. And it's like, don't let these shakes go on. I sure need a break from this. And I was just proclaiming to the divine, like, that I needed a break from it. And the song spoke to me what I was going through. And I started experiencing magic, and I started experiencing this person's energy. I just didn't know it at the time. But it is rather cruel what she is doing. Like I've had to face some very difficult things. I've acted out of my character, out of the stress and frustration from this, where I was getting aggressive, which I am not an aggressive person. I hate violence. And like, man, like, I wish this person would just communicate to me and make her feelings practical, grounding, because I could, the way that I'm reading the energy in my intuition, I can say without a doubt that this person is so extremely connected to me, and that this person is my highest life partner or twin flame or soulmate, and there's a reason why I'm having all these visions of her, or dreams, even dreams of her. We've shared the same dream. Like, and then she posted on the internet, I'm like, what the fuck? I had that same dream last night. It's about Sedona, the hot air balloon. It's about, not just about Sedona, but about my whole life. And I think about what we're about to do. But it's just like, it's painful. And like, I felt, so like, my hands and arms got tingly, but my legs started to, like, my meridians, certain spots on my legs. And now, like, my arms, I don't know if this is from intermittent fasting or a combination of intermittent fasting with cordyceps mushrooms and other stuff, but my muscles are like buff, like I got the pump, like I used to power lift. So it's like, whoa, is like, this energy is toning my muscles, unless it's just from, you know, just got a thought, sun gazing, sunbathing. There's all this energy that's being processed. And it's like, this is why I can't focus on anything else, because I'm processing so much energy, whether it's the resistance like I was experiencing this morning, and then kind of that release of pain and fear. And I want to be done with the pain and the fear. Like, fuck this. I want to experience a good life. I feel like sometimes it's like traumatic, some of the releasing experiences that I've had. I mean, when I was back in Nebraska, I got stuck there because of this person. And I don't want to go into details of what happened, because I don't want to sound crazy. But I ended up getting stuck in Nebraska a lot longer than I wanted to. And, I need to plug in my phone. I ended up getting stuck in Nebraska a lot longer than I wanted to. And one night I was watching one of her videos, and she was talking about racism in her family. And I noticed this from her mom, because when I did go on one date with this person, and she closed her heart off. She closes her heart off to love. She does. Because she doesn't feel worthy. And that's what she did to me. But I went on this one date with her, and her mom was like saying something about black people and how black people are bad, pretty much. And I'm like, dude, your daughter's black. That's what I'm thinking. And it's like, what the fuck? But anyways, this video was kind of about her mom and her grandma being racist. And, I hope I don't sound like I'm not fucking crazy. I don't care what anyone says. I know I'm not crazy. I feel like this person is going to defend who I am and how sensitive and psychic I am. And my psychic abilities are coming online. But anyways, to get to the point, it just hit me, bam. It was like a car wreck, and I broke my leg, and it sucked. And I don't know if that's just how the energies are cobbled together, or if it's because her dad died in a bus accident. That's what's interesting. I got in this bus wreck on the interstate, and no one was hurt. And it shifted my direction to where I had this random chance meeting with her. Like, you can't make this up. Like, I really wanted to meet with her. And I kind of drive through her area. I didn't plan on... Well, I thought she might say something, but I'm driving through her area, and she didn't say anything on Facebook, and I didn't feel right to I was waiting for the invitation, and I saw her at this freaking park. And, like, I didn't mean to do that. That's like a random chance meeting. God, what else was I? But it was like bam, and then it's like for like a month, I'm like I could not get off the couch for like a few weeks. I was just like shaking and anxiety and felt like I was ungrounded. And that was between the eclipses. And that's kind of what this energy is now that I'm experiencing. But it doesn't seem to be nearly as bad, and it doesn't seem to stick. And it seems like I'm slowly coming out of this. Whether it's her pain or ancestral pain, I feel like I'm helping her transmute all of this stuff. And it's like I'm gonna get reciprocation from this. There's gonna be a rebound in a like all of this hard work that I'm doing that is going unseen, because, and I think a lot of us are doing it, where it's very energetic, and we're doing work on the grids, we're upgrading our light bodies, and it's tiring. It's tiring and it's exhausting, and we are in the shadow of exhaustion. And maybe this person's resistance is kind of exhausting me and draining me. You know, she seems to be fighting this and to make things happen her way. And that's kind of the Aries energy. And it's like, no, you have to consider my feelings, and you're gonna have to give back to me. Right? It's like, I feel like this person is just, like, I feel behind. And it's like I'm feeling unworthy to be with this person. That's exactly how she feels about me. You know? And I think she strives so much to make herself better because she doesn't feel worthy for me. So it's like I feel like I'm behind. Like I can't do a lot of yoga things because of my weight. I took a yoga class and I couldn't fucking make that happen. Like, anything that I try to do that's besides resting and meditating or like being out in nature, it's like, even that, like being out in nature, I can't even do that half the time. Like, and I'm in my Saturn return now. And I hope that my Saturn return is this person coming into my life, because things will not manifest in my life without this person. It's just how it is. Anything I try to manifest just crumbles. And it's like, it's life saying, oh, you need this person's energy. You need her earth energy. You know, you need her, like, she has a lot of masculine energy. It's a lot of this, like, bold, like, practical, patriarchy kind of energy that she has. And I have a lot of this matriarchy energy. So it's like us coming together is going to balance that. But I am a very determined hard worker, too. But I don't like striving for something that's going to exhaust me and be harmful for me, or if isn't gonna bring me the right fruit, you know? Cow Forever here. This is almost like 20 minutes long. I guess I'm gonna go for a little bit of a drive and just circulate the energy. The energy feels good now, but like I'm worried about that pain coming back. And it's like I can intuitively feel more of it, and it's slowly being released. And I think right now, the way this is, I don't think I'm going to experience another one of those painful experiences with the energy releasing. I really do not want any more of that from the divine. And that's why you can only release so much at once. And this new moon is very powerful, and it's setting off this cycle over the next 7 years where a lot of people are going to start waking up. And I want to be a leader of it. I want to be of service. I want to help. You know, I feel like I'm a forerunner. Like, there's a reason why I've been going through this since I was 16, if not my whole life. Because, like, I had awakenings when I was 16. I just didn't know. I just didn't have the context to really know what it was. And I definitely, I've always had spiritual experiences. But I think really on this journey of awakening started when I was 16, when I read this book that talked about this shift in consciousness. And, you know, so I've been at this for quite a while. I'm like a forerunner. And so that puts me in the position as a leader, as an ambassador for these people, the soul family, star family. Cal Forever here. Thanks for listening to kind of my rant. I hope that it serves you for the betterment of all beings. Cal Forever. Peace.